Negotiations for the Trans-Pacific Strategic Economic Partnership starts this week in San Diego. We call it TPP. It focuses on free trade for the Asia-Pacific region. Joining us now is the president of the Chinese-American Committee, Xue Haipei, who joins us here. These meetings in San Diego, what can we expect, first of all, when we start off this conversation as to the outcome of these meetings in San Diego?
Well, it looks like they're going to reach some conclusion as the last round, and it is highly hopeful that the basic rules, the parameters will be set by this one, will be finalized, and that there will be a general conclusion by the end of this year.
Can you help the audience? We've got the TPP, the Trans-Pacific Agreement, if you will, for lack of a better word. How many countries does it include? How much trade are we talking about that is affected by this?
Sure. It's a huge. You think about American economy as a $12 trillion economy, and every country add up together. There's 11 of them so far, without including of Japan in that. It's a $20 trillion economy. So it's a huge. The impact will be very much so because equally powerful, because this is really happening with two things in the background. One is the stalling of 11 years of Doha round of talks. So a multinational, international agreement is not going to be within reach anytime soon. So Americans and many others in the Pacific region say we're going to do our own. And the second, for our country, United States, is that we want to find alternative to EU, to European economic bloc. So this is the Pacific version to that.
I'm going to ask you some tough questions here.
Sure.
And Mexico and Canada being invited by the United States. This essentially is a pact, if you will, a trade pact among certain countries. Should China feel threatened by this?
Not so at all. I read a lot of Chinese press actually said that this is equal to economic containment of China.
Well, a lot of that is in the media, as you know.
That is in the media, and there's really a lot of talk about that. And I think that's those reports are primarily based on the ignorance, not of knowledge of what is TPP. In fact, I think if China was invited today, it won't accept that invitation because TPP is really a higher end and much more restrict.
But to be fair, if China, if Canada, the United States, Mexico, and certain countries come together and say, we want to negotiate with China on specific trade deals, doesn't that give the leverage to the larger group?
Well, that's not going to happen because if China is not showing any willingness to join, you don't talk to China this run is absolutely based on firstly the willingness of any country to join this, and then you will be invited.
What's the advantage to this deal for China?
Well, since China is not in that, I don't think China should feel threatened by that because it's really China is now actually working with Korea and Japan to have a regional kind of like a TPP it's a smaller version, right? And China is also doing a lot of bilateral free trade FTA with many other countries. China has already reached an agreement with Asian countries, so that's a huge area covered there already. So this is what China is doing. So I don't think China is in any hurry to join this kind of a high-end free trade agreement.
All right, very interesting. We're going to have much more on this later. Thank you very much for your analysis.
Thank you for your invite.